based on how you see this pay-per-view, knowing we are still a week and a half out, where do you stack this Mania compared to other Manias? Are we as bad as WrestleMania 11, or may this still be a gem? Also, do you see the NXT show the night prior? Well, I don't know. Is it the night? Is it Saturday night, the NXT show? Or is it Friday?
No, that's Friday night.
Okay. Prior to Mania being better than this card. Have a good show, Jobbers. Steve-O.
Well, so I'm going to go to all 3 shows that weekend. And I definitely see the NXT one being the best out of the 3. Having said that, where do I stack it? I mean, I definitely don't stack it as a bad show. I actually think this WrestleMania has, whether the stories make sense or not, that's a totally different thing.
Right.
But as far as being just a fun show for what it is, I think this has potential to be a really good one. Shane versus Taker has a lot of potential. Brock versus Ambrose, lots of potential there. The ladder match, obviously, I'm pissed about the story, but the match itself will probably be a good spot fest, like we talked about.
Right.
The tag titles will probably be a fun match with New Day, and you got 7 guys in there, and it's a 4-on-3, which is kind of weird. But New Day has been so good the last year, you almost trust them enough to make something out of this. So you got that, and people obviously are going to automatically crap on Triple H and Roman Reigns, and I'm very, very weary about what might happen here. But at the same time, like, both of them have had good matches the last couple of years, and a good amount of them. Like, people could say all they want about Roman Reigns, but the bottom line is there was a stretch there where he was having match after match after match, which was good. So that has potential, believe it or not, depending where they place it on the card. That's my long-winded way of saying that this WrestleMania. Wow, disrespect, because actually one of my favorite things about WWE main roster right now is the Divas, and that match is probably going to be fire. So you add all this up, and I think this has really strong potential.
It does. It's one of those things that, like, the weight of certain matches can, like, overshadow a lot. Like, the whole card could be really good, and then depending on when Reigns and Triple H goes on, and however the outcome of that, if it's bad, it's going to leave a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
That is true. That's true, but say, for example, if that match is, like, the third to last match of the night.
Right.
And then what follows that is, like, Fire Ambrose Lesnar, or the Fire Shane Taker Hell in a Cell match.
Mm-hmm.
I think that erases that washes the taste out of the mouth right there.
It should.
So we'll see what happens
if that's how it happens.
By the way, I was just thinking too. So we talked earlier. You had a point about the card placement for the Hell in a Cell match that could determine the finish. Do you think the card placement of the Triple H Roman Reigns match could also determine that finish too? Like, say for example, if that doesn't main event, do you think Roman Reigns is winning?
No, I think that could go either way. And the outcome of that match could very much play into the Taker-Shane match. Like, for example, if Roman Reigns, let's say, wins the title, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Taker-Shane match goes on after it. Like, you very well might get something like Roman Reigns interferes in that match and makes sure that Taker loses. And, like it would be a weird situation, but it would definitely get him a heel heat if he cost Undertaker the match. Like, if he came in, spears Undertaker, and Shane McMahon pins him.
Oh, wow.
Like,
see, on the opposite end of the spectrum, I can also see a scenario where Shane wins, gets control of the company, but Triple H is still a champion.
Right, like we were discussing that a few weeks ago, where, like, all of these outcomes, like, there's several combinations you could have, which would be interesting. But if let's say they wanted to say, just fuck it, like, we'll have Reigns win and then we'll turn him heel, but, like, turn him heel in a weird way, where he's not, he's doing something that should theoretically be like a good thing, like he's getting rid of the authority, but he does it by ending the Undertaker's career, and he's to blame for it.
Right.
That could be like that could be a very interesting way to play that scenario out.
Well, we have interesting scenarios.
And it could easily be a situation where he's, like, not even an instant heel. Like, he could just be like, look, I got rid of the authority. Oh, you guys want to boo me? All right, fuck you then. Like, kind of one of those, where it's not like, it isn't like he turns heel and becomes dastardly. He does something which theoretically should benefit everybody, but people see it as, well, you ended the Undertaker's career. You're a dick.
Right, yeah. It is very interesting. Very, very interesting.
That's probably what's going to happen. That's probably exactly what's going to happen. I'm so good at this.
It's calling a shot, guys.